Opie and Anthony Pre Show with Sam Roberts.
Woo! Thirsty Thursdays! Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Pre Show on a Thursday. My name is Sam Roberts. Now I'll be here with you for the next 30 minutes or so, a little less, counting down these precious moments before Opie and Anthony present us with yet another broadcasting giant of a live show. You can call up 866-WOW1WOW, 866-969-1969, and you too can be a part of the pre-show. Of course, we'll do here on the pre-show today what we do on the pre-show every day, which is break down everything that could happen on today's O&A show, as well as learn from everything that happened on yesterday's show. And yesterday was an action-packed show. Today will also be an action-packed show. I don't think there's been one really lousy show this year. Matter of fact, I don't know if there's ever been a lousy show now that I think about it. But all year we've been doing action-packed shows every single day. And that trend continues today. Guests in studio, lots of stuff to get to. But first, we'll talk about what happened yesterday. Of course, we'll talk about the Super Show also that's going down tomorrow. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to call in with it all. 866-WOW1WOW, 866-969-1969, and start your morning the proper way. Yesterday, thanks to Dave Attell being in studio, Ant brought one of his classic bits back. Yes. I don't even remember how it came up, but I guess part of the celebrating the 20 years of doing radio together on the Opie and Anthony show is reflecting on some of the things we've done. Earlier this week, we were listening to Opie in, I believe it was either 2004 or 2005, losing his mind because there was no milk for him in studio, and just talking about what an angrier guy Opie used to be and how different it was. Yesterday, we got into one of Ant's classic bits that he did way back in the day. Again, I don't remember exactly how it came up, but Ant was able to fall back into it like no time had passed at all. And it really tickled Dave Attell as well as myself and most people listening at home. Let's listen to the return yesterday of... This guy's been dead. Like, it's not even topical anymore. But let's listen to the return of Charlton Heston Traffic from yesterday's show.
Damn traffic! Lord Almighty, why? I have begged of thee to no avail. Your children continue to suffer. Why have you abandoned them, God? Damn you! Is it not enough they slave through the day? Why hath your merciful hands not touched upon them, God? Damn! 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 My eyes are pained as I behold the journey of tears that is the FDR Drive. Have they not suffered enough, God? Damn you! They are massed together as are the stones of the Great Pyramid. Not a space between them to breathe. Why, God? Damn! Damn, Lord! Can you not hear them? The sorrowful wails of their stranded in the darkness of the Lincoln Tunnel? Does the murky waters block their cries from your ears, God? Damn you! Why do you test their faith so? Do thine eyes deceive me? Rubbernecking on the outbound Queensboro Bridge? God, no! Why? What pleasure does one receive stealing a fleeting glance at a fallen brother, only to torture those who follow you? There but for the grace of God. Damn you, sinners! Sinners! Jeez. I shall cast my staff across these waters and lead my flock home. Follow me in the name of God Almighty. Follow! Damn you! Damn you all! Damn you all!
Wow. Chuck Heston sure makes traffic dramatic.
I loved it. A little over the top, huh?
A little. Just a tad.
That would be funny if you, all the Moses stuff was written, but the traffic stuff you kind of improv'd.
Yeah.
Right. Tunnel.
The tunnel.
Dave Attell is the man. Let's go to, the phones are blowing up. Guess people must be checking the Twitter. Scott in New Jersey. What's up?
Not so much. Hey, I don't know how big into hockey you are, but if you listen to Milan Lucic's interview after the game last night, he said that he was pissed off at Dale Weiss for having a goal celebration after they scored.
Why?
I don't know. It just makes no sense.
People are supposed to be happy when they win. And people are supposed to be sad when they lose. There shouldn't be any, and if people are made to feel more sad that they lost because the people who won are happy, that's just the way it is.
It's brutal, and Lucic has got to be more of a sore loser than anybody else out there, because the guy actually during the handshake lineup said to Dale Weiss, and I forgot the other guy's name, I'll effing kill you.
It's ridiculous. Well, there's already, I'm sure we'll talk about it on today's show, there's already trash talking going on behind the scenes, because Roland is, of course, a Rangers fan. He loves to high fives on the subway, whereas Travis is a fan of the Canadiens. So there's already trash talk. I mean, as much trash talking as can happen with Roland, sometimes you don't exactly understand what he was saying. There was a moment yesterday on the show that even me, who's like, we've all become somewhat Roland whisperers over the past few years because we all hang out with Roland so much, we figure out what he's saying. But yesterday, he brought up Frankie Valli, and I swear to you, I couldn't tell if it was English. Let's go to track 11, Sal.
Who do we say no to today? I love the no's, which bothers Roland.
We got 2 yeses today, so it's a good day.
What?
What yeses?
Clark Gregg. And
we're not doing Clark Gregg.
I didn't say yes.
Who else? And we're not doing the original cast of the Jersey Boys.
No.
Why not?
Yeah, it's good. Andrew Lloyd Young, the guy, he goes, Cherry. The guy, he did Frankie Valli.
Yeah.
He did the bikini, teeny weeny, itsy bitsy bikini.
How's it sound, though?
That's not. Oh, that's the other guy, though.
Yeah, how's it sound, though?
Why is it the original cast? Why do we
Because
really
care?
he sounds like Frankie Valli.
Okay.
Well,
He goes,
Yeah, we all like the original cast members.
Big Girls on Cry. He goes, Big Girls on Cry, yeah.
How about an Avenue Q? How about bringing the original cast of Avenue Q?
I actually did that.
you pitched that one?
The original cast, ladies and gentlemen.
I swear to you, I couldn't even sort of follow what he was saying. He just started talking about teeny weeny bikinis and Frankie Valli. I don't know. Was he pitching Frankie Valli? I'm not 100% sure what we heard in that clip, but it made me laugh. Let's go to Eric in Iowa. What's up, buddy?
Good morning. How are you today?
Great.
Hey, I just wanted to say, love the show. Always listen to you guys. Just a wonderful morning show. Get going.
I love that. I don't know what show you're listening to. Thank you, Eric. I've never heard anybody listen to the Opie and Anthony show and say, "What a wonderful show! It really helps get me going in the morning." There's nothing that positive about this show. However, if this is the fuel that you need to start your day, we're here for you. Let's go to Carl in Colorado.
Kyle, Sam, but hey, how's it going?
Don't talk to me like I made the mistake. What do you think? I talked to you? I'm reading it off a thing.
I said I still love you.
All right.
So I got a new story for your apology clock. I'm watching this reality show last night called Catfish.
Right. That's the MTV show that they based around the movie where they get people that are pretending to be other people on Facebook. Like, it's almost always fat women pretending to be good-looking black guys and tricking other fat women into falling in love with them.
Look at you. You're already on it.
Yes.
So, anyways, the host got into it pretty good with this stereotypical fat black woman.
Okay, big surprise.
And the producer actually stopped the show and took the host outside and continued to berate him like a child about how wrong it is to make fun of other people or talk like other people. And they're actually stopping shows in the middle of the show to apologize now.
The whole point of the show Catfish is to watch people who thought they were in love find out they were being tricked. That's the only reason anybody watches it.
It is.
That's why the show exists. Thank you, Kyle, for calling in. All right, buddy. The other thing about that show, Catfish, I've never understood is how in 2014 is it like news that people are lying on the internet? I thought that was when the internet first came out. It was like you don't talk to anybody on the internet because they're strangers. That was 96. And then you forget that exists. And now it's big news again. Oh, my God. That person on Facebook isn't really a person on Facebook. Let's go to Tim in Ohio. What's up, Tim?
Hey, I called the other day about the chair rant. I'm waiting for my fanfare of the common man. Is it going to happen?
Well, a lot of people are asking about the wheeling of the chairs. John in Oregon.
Sam, how you doing this morning?
Good.
Man, I am disappointed when Opie was asking for old school horns.
Mm-hmm. Your phone cut out. Oh, you have an old school phone. Well, the wheeling of the chairs. Anybody who listened to the post show was probably very confused yesterday, especially if that's all they listened to, because the wheeling of the chairs is now a regular thing on the Opie and Anthony show. Sal is the person in charge of the wheeling of the chairs. He's going to be in uniform this morning. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's listen again to how the Opie and Anthony show started yesterday. It was back to Opie and his chair that, if you remember, we found out either on Monday or Tuesday was broken by a mystery fat fuck. Let's go to track 1.
By the way, I don't think this is the same chair I had yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't remember this clicking so much on this
I got
side.
so much clicking going on.
I don't mind it. It's okay, but I don't think it's the same chair. And it's listing a little to the left. It's definitely leaning a little.
This is why you guys got to mark your chairs like I do.
With piss?
Yes.
Like a cat. I'll just mark my
so
chair.
Then you just sniff around. And you
Let's see. All right, so I just want to make sure that I'm not. I'll just say not too crazy, because if I said I'm not crazy, then of course there'd be a laugh in the studio. Okay, so Don wrote, Sam said he switched it out. I will be there this AM and we'll find a fix. So apparently I have to be there every day to fix shit. Can't depend on anyone. I will take care of it. I'm not passing the buck and saying Sam didn't do his job. I asked others to get you a new chair. Chairs have been ordered. I am hoping to swap them out today.
Sam, comment.
Guess what?
Sounds to me like Donnie Wickland defended himself accurately.
Yeah.
And if they get new chairs, then what happens? Can I have my chair wheeled out of here every morning?
We actually did.
And put into a closet
The
and
wheeling
locked?
of the chairs.
Will there be wheeling of the chairs?
The plan is for your chair to be switched out every day.
So some fat fuck doesn't break the new chair, right?
Pain in the ass. To wheel the chairs out every fucking day.
And it's a ceremony, it's a whole thing.
Yes.
I know we still have to write our book, but I'm going to write a separate book called Opie the Asshole with all these dumb little fucking
Would you like someone to write the forward for that?
No problem. You have no idea what a hindrance this chair thing has been for everybody behind the scenes. Because it's not like Opie just goes on his rants on the air and then it's forgotten about off the air. Everybody in management runs around like chickens with their heads off trying to figure out how to make Opie stop complaining on the air. When, I mean, you can't tell them he's not going to stop. The minute you fix the chair, there's going to be something else. And the fact that he now knows that the chair thing is affecting people is only going to make him do it that much more. So what we did find a replacement chair for Opie. And this is the pomp and circumstance that we now have to deal with, known as the wheeling of the chairs.
So in your best English accent, I want you to say, Sal, how would it go? It's the wheeling of the chairs, but...
Can I have some music that we might want to try, too?
Yeah, let me hear the music first. No, man.
It's long, it's drawn out.
No, it's old school horns.
Yeah, that's not circumstance.
All right.
Yeah.
It has to be the fitting for a king's chair to be removed, a throne.
I have another suggestion.
Yes, sure.
For music.
Right. Oh, this is good.
Okay.
That's royal wedding.
Okay.
And now, the wheeling of the chair.
We could start with this. I would like a long horn, but this is pretty good. All right, you ready, Sal?
The wheeling of the chairs must commence now.
Oh boy!
All right, well,
we need a
why couldn't you
jump
just
off. We need a jump off point.
Yeah, why couldn't you just say what Ann said?
You don't say now. The wheeling of the chairs is a royal term. You don't say must commence.
Yes. And
Now.
I insist my pals have their chairs
There
wheeled
they
out
go.
here too. I think it's a good
There
idea.
they are.
Wait.
Wheeling down the hallway, you could see Opie's chair leading the way as Jim Norton's chair follows closely behind. There it is. Anthony's chair's now leaving the studio as we watch it down the hallway. This quite a moment to behold during the wheeling of the chairs.
I insist all our chairs are wheeled out of here.
Yes.
And then these guys are forced to be in a tiny little office with our chairs around.
You know, the first wheeling of the chairs was done way back in 1695.
So the wheeling of the chairs is a regular thing. We are planning another wheeling of the chairs. The first official wheeling of the chairs ceremony, I guess, went down on yesterday's post show, but we are planning on starting today's Opie and Anthony show with a wheeling of the chairs ceremony. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but I do know that's the plan. Robert Duvall, A-list actor, was in studio yesterday. Great guest. By the way, in studio today, maybe not A-list actors, but A-list comedians, that's for goddamn sure, Rich Voss and Keith Robinson, both in studio today. I mean, for those of you that don't know Keith Robinson, he's one of the funniest people that I've ever seen do comedy. I love this guy because he's just brutal. He's mean. He's a mean guy. So if you like the shows where people are just in the room tearing each other apart for hours on end, you're going to like today's show. So stay tuned for that. Keith Robinson and Rich Voss in studio today. Yesterday it was Robert Duvall who was unaware of who Colin Quinn was. Let's listen to track 8.
A night in New Mexico, at the end, I said that my life has turned around. I find this, I find a new love, and I found me a grandson. That line was improvised. And Whitler said, I wish I'd have, he doesn't like you to change his lines, but he said, I wish I'd have thought of that line. Because it gave me something emotional, you know.
Yeah.
So some things happen at the moment where you just do it, but that you can talk with somebody, but to change it yourself, you got to be careful, you know. Some people do that. But it's pretty nervy sometimes.
Oh, Colin Quinn tried to change the entire script of Crocodile Dundee 2.
Do you know who Colin Quinn is?
Of course not.
Colin Quinn?
Who is that?
Exactly. Just, if you understand the joy you just gave me. He's a friend of mine. He's a clerk. He worked in comedy for a while.
Clerk.
And he's married to a woman named Diana Urbani. And he was in Crocodile Dundee 2, and he came back and he rewrote the second half of the movie. And he gave it to
Australia?
No, he's an American, but they were doing it, and he had a very small part.
Yeah, a very small part.
And he actually rewrote the second half of the movie and handed it to the director, making himself a bigger part of the movie.
Saying here, I think
Did they take it?
No, they certainly didn't. No.
What a ballsy move.
I never heard of him either. So. At least he tried.
Like that.
At least he tried.
He tried.
He sure did try.
Absolutely.
Of course, Diana Urbani, better known as Lady Di, to the listeners of the Opie and Anthony show. It was so great to see that much joy be brought to the show by the fact that Robert Duvall did not know who Colin Quinn was. I'm going to get to the phones in just a second. So all you waiting on hold, please stay on hold, because I want to play first Colin Quinn's response. He called in a little later in the show and responded to Robert Duvall having no idea who he was.
Do you know who Do you know who we were playing that for, or talking to about that?
Some Australian that comes over here and we give them giant tax breaks. They can make movies like Crocodile Dundee 2, and then
No.
try to shame me.
No.
That would have been Robert Duvall. It's Robert Duvall,
Bobby Duvall,
who does not know who Colin Quinn is.
We didn't like it.
And that made us very happy today.
It's infuriating.
Tom.
Infuriating that Bob called.
You're out, Tom.
Yeah, I was doing lines to him.
I know you are.
It's like, what are you, the Godfather or something?
I guarantee you, it's bringing up some obscure movie. Acting like you were like, oh, you know, I really love you in that Preacher movie. Shut up.
No, we didn't. I didn't mention any. We kept it to the basics. Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and a couple of big ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I mentioned the. Who cares what I mentioned?
It was just
Twilight
That's why I
Zone.
called to realize my name is being slandered around show business.
Well, Colin Quinn is going to have the opportunity to make up for it tomorrow because he will be part of tomorrow's Opie and Anthony Super Show. While we're talking about the Super Show, I guess we'll go to the phones and start with My friend Marion. Marion, welcome to the...
Sam, how you doing? My new Facebook friend.
That's right. Marion and I. Marion, of course, from the retarded Laverne and Shirley. Marion is best friends with Lady Di. Marion and I are Facebook friends.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm sorry I can't be there tomorrow, but I'm really short-handed at work, and I have to be there. If it was sometime in June, I'd have no problem getting off and going up there.
Yeah, I can't imagine the business that would be so short-handed that they would need you.
You would wait like 2 weeks.
Right.
Or 3 weeks to do this.
Right.
I'd definitely be up there.
Well, it is
but
about
listen, who's all going to be there tomorrow besides Diana?
Oh, well, Marion, I'm glad you asked. I talked to Lady Di on the phone yesterday because there were some things going around Twitter of her saying she wouldn't. Okay, of her saying she wouldn't be able to make it. I talked to her. She will be here. Lady Di will be here tomorrow. Bobo will be here. You do know. Bobo will be here tomorrow. Oscar, our former intern, will be here tomorrow. Mike Bichetti makes his return to the show. He will be here tomorrow. I mean, a veritable who's who of who's not.
Did you get a hold of Sandy Kane? Is she going to be there?
Well, I'm glad you asked that, Marion. I got a hold of Sandy Kane yesterday, and she said she would be there. However...
What about Patty? Patty coming up?
Patty will be here. But there is, Marion, you're going to have to listen to Opie and Anthony today because I don't want to spoil it just yet. There is an update on Sandy Kane that I want to talk to the guys about before we go on the air with.
I know. I heard you were going to go look for her yesterday.
Well,
I heard that.
I was
try to find her.
Right. I was able to talk to her, but I don't know if she'll be in tomorrow or not. That's very up in the air right now. She's
like I said, tell the guys I said hi, and maybe sometime at the end of next month, maybe I'll pop up there.
I can't wait. Everybody misses you very much here, Marion.
Okay, all right. Talk to you soon. Have fun tomorrow, Sam.
All right.
Facebook. Love you.
Oh, I love you very much with all my heart.
Bye.
Bye. Marion. Yeah, anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, there is an update with Sandy Kane. Marion won't be here. I know all of you are crying that you won't be able to hear Marion on the show tomorrow. We're trying to get Sandy Kane in, but there's an update. Wait till you hear the Sandy Kane update. It's unbelievable, this woman. Unbelievable. Nick in Niagara Falls.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Will intern David be at the Super Show number 3?
I have tried with all my might, every Super Show we've had, to get intern David to step foot in the Opie and Anthony studio. Intern David, the greatest intern Opie and Anthony have ever had. You might know him from his kosher sports segment. You might know him from the time a listener pretended to be a porn star's husband and chased him out of the studio. You might know him from the time he Celebrity Apprentice styled, rated and fired one of the interns, his co-interns. There's so many things this kid did, but he will not step foot in his studio again right now. I'm still working on it, but I can't confirm that.
Well, then, how can you call it a Super Show?
You're right. You're right. Maybe by the time we get David, it'll be a super duper show. I don't know. Gavin in New York.
Hey, Samuel.
How are you?
Good.
Good.
Are you going to lock Bobo and Lady Di in the fishbowl so we don't have to listen to those babbling fools for 3 hours?
Well, the problem is that Lady Di specifically is not allowed anywhere in the building except our studio. While I was talking to her on the phone yesterday, she asked if she would be allowed to use the bathroom this time when she's up here, and I informed her she absolutely would not be allowed to use the bathroom up here. So,
well, at least you got Oscar. He's the coolest, man.
Oscar rules. Oscar rules. It's going to be a fun show tomorrow, but it's going to be a great show today, too. Not only do we have Voss and Keith Robinson in studio, but we have audio of a guy who is claiming to be Donald Sterling's former pimp from Las Vegas. Apparently, this is the guy who recorded all the conversations with Donald Sterling that have come out since the girlfriend tape. And he went on and talked to Don Lemon on CNN yesterday. And the audio is just hilarious, talking about the women that Donald Sterling likes and all this. So it's going to be a lot of fun to listen to that. Aaron in Michigan.
Hey, I've just got a quick question for you. It doesn't really pertain to what you guys are talking about. Just finally was able to get through to you.
Yeah, for sure.
How come the boys don't have, like, their own network?
You're listening to it.
Well, yeah, but have you ever actually called Sirius XM to even just hook up a radio or deal with, like, an internet trial or anything? It is atrociously bad. I mean,
you mean like how come they don't have their own radio platform? I mean,
well, like, no, not radio. I'm talking, let's say, like HBO picked them up and they could do everything that we listen to live on TV, HBO Uncensored. How cool would that fucking be?
well, of course it'd be cool, but if you got HBO's number, you call them up and tell them to give us a call.
I figured you guys would. Isn't that your job, Sam Roberts?
I guess so. I've been working on getting Lady Di and Sandy Kane in studio, though. HBO is next on my list.
All right, peace out, man. Thanks.
All right, buddy. Rants in Austin?
Yeah, what's up, man? Sam, love you, love this show.
Good.
But I'm worried about you, man.
Why?
You guys had the interview with Jericho from the formerly was WWE.
Yeah.
There's a rumor going around on the internet, dude. I read it on Reddit, that the WWE is still pissed off at the Opie and Anthony show because I guess Jim Ross told that story about Vince McMahon shitting himself.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they got some heat for that, but I think that they're mad at probably Jim Ross for telling the story. I don't think anybody has any hard feelings about the Opie and Anthony show. Before we run out of time here on the Opie and Anthony pre-show, with so much to get to coming up on today's O&A show, David Copperfield called in yesterday, and he was talking about his island. So not only do we have Robert Duvall and Dave Attell in studio, but David Copperfield called in, and all the guys ended up doing was obsessively talking about his island and Jim Norton's worries about living on an island. But first, let's play the first track, Sal, and Copperfield talking about his island. That's track 13.
I think if you own your own island, your heart's okay. You're pretty relaxed.
Everybody doesn't like the smoking,
right? This place looks beautiful.
It's a very good question. It's a very good question. It's not a downer. It's something you really have to consider, of course.
Okay.
But we have an amazing clinic. We have amazing people who are all trained in different medical skills. Of course, you have to to get and we have doctors. Literally can watch via video.
Any laws? Any laws on that island, or you could just murder people?
Everything's good. People are really nice here.
There are laws, though.
I think, it's Bahamian law.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what jurisdiction that fell under.
You know what I was thinking is that you could open up a, you know how like Grenada, like they have that medical school? You could open up your own medical school. That would solve Jim's problem and also a magic school. And that'd be great because it's under Bahamian law.
Right. Bahamians love magic.
We can send Jim to medical school and Jim can, learn the craft.
Right, because he's so worried.
Right.
Yeah.
It's his concern.
That would scare me.
Where he worked.
Right. That would really scare you, like you're on a beautiful island paradise. You're like,
2 hours from any type of medical help, it would just be like, what if something happens that I'm not planning for?
I would be like, who gives a fuck? Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, most people.
I would feel that way until I was laying face down on the dock.
You kind of roll the dice when you go up in an airplane.
Yeah. I'm not saying you don't do it. I'm just asking if there's a concern, that's all.
David, what is there to do on the island?
Where's the...
Absolutely nothing.
Is there a restaurant?
Yeah, there's a bunch of that. We have you can eat on the beach. You can eat in the place called the Landings. We have a drive-in movie theater.
You do?
Do you really?
You have cars on the island?
We just last night we watched Spinal Tap.
Oh, nice.
One louder.
It's behind us a little bit.
Good one.
On the beach.
Could update that DVD collection.
But no one else gets to go. It's just you and your family, right?
No.
Oh, that's they had a bunch of friends here.
What about zip lines? I would put zip lines
That's a
all
good
over
idea.
this. You would, right, Dave?
I
would do that.
Might be next. It's a great idea. And we have
It's a great idea.
laser tag. We do laser tag on the beach, which is really great at night. And we do a treasure hunt.
Treasure hunt? That must be paradise. Just relaxing and getting to play laser tag all the time. Sounds great. Well, speaking of great, a great Opie and Anthony show today. As I said, Rich Voss and Keith Robinson in studio today as well. We have more Donald Sterling updates from the guy who is claiming to be Donald Sterling's former pimp. He was on CNN, and if it was on CNN, you know it has to be true. However, most importantly, above all of that, I want you all to get prepared. Because I'm looking at Opie right now. He's in the studio. He's getting ready for today's show. But he's sitting in a chair that is not befitting of a broadcaster of his caliber. You won't have to wait much longer. for the daily wheeling of the chairs that is scheduled to start the Opie and Anthony show. Luckily for you, the show starts right now.